Hello everybody! Hi! My name is Jessie and I hope you all are doing really well today. Today we're going to be doing a craft. Guess what we'll be making? This insect goes bzzz, bzzz, and it has black stripes, it has some wings, some antennas, right? It's really good at making some honey, some really yummy honey, and they're really important for flowers and plants. Any guesses? We're gonna be making bees, you're right. We're gonna be making some buzzing bees, and I have listed the materials that you'll need down below, so if you'd like to join in and make this activity with me, you can. And if not, it's all right. We are making this buzzing bee together, so let's get started. All right, friends, I brought you in just a little bit closer so you can see what we're gonna be needing in order to make our bumblebee, right? Our little bees on a popsicle stick. We're gonna use popsicle stick. I have different colors of popsicle sticks, right? You can use any popsicle sticks you have. You can even use a stick or even like a pencil to put your bee on, right? I have some glues over here. I have a glue stick with me, as well as some Elmer's white glue, the wet glue, and the glue stick. And I have two utensils. I just used lids from different containers, right? I have one that is slightly bigger than the other, right? You could use any kind of circular utensil, right? You can even just draw the circle, right? Draw the bee shape yourself. You can also do that. I have yellow construction paper, black construction paper, some scissors, and a pen. You'll need a writing utensil, right? You could use a marker or a pencil crayon or a crayon, right? Anything that will help you trace out the circles. And last but not least, I also have some googly eyes. I have two googly eyes that I'm gonna use for the eyes on my bees, right? So I will be grabbing my yellow construction paper first, and I'm just gonna trace out one of the smaller circles and then one of the slightly bigger ones, okay? And I'm just gonna use my pen. You can use whatever writing utensil that you may have at home. And I'm just gonna place my circle on the corner just so that I have extra construction paper that I can use for another craft, right? So I'm just tracing out my first circle. I decided to trace out my smaller one, but it does not matter which one you decide to trace out first. Now I'm using my slightly bigger one, and just beside it, I'm going to trace this one as well, just like that. And there we have our two bumblebee shapes, right? This is going to be the head of our bee, and this is gonna be the bottom of our bee, right? So with my scissors, I'm gonna carefully cut around and follow the circle tracing and follow the circle trace that I just outlined, right? And I'm just cutting it with my scissors, just like this. And then I do the same thing with my slightly bigger circle, just like that. How awesome. Okay, friends, there we go. And look at that. I have a lot of extra yellow construction paper that I could use to do another craft, or I could make some more bees, right? So now that I have my two circles, I have the head of my bee and the body of my bee, just like that. I'm gonna now grab my black construction paper. And with the black construction paper, we will be making stripes. We're gonna make the black stripes that we find on the bees, right? So for these stripes, I forgot to include, but we're gonna use a ruler, right? To make the straight stripes of the bees, right? So I am gonna use this about half a centimeter, about a millimeter of the construction paper, just like this, just enough for the stripes, right? And you can use a ruler, you can even use the construction paper you use, right? Because this is a straight line that can help you trace out the black stripes of the bees, right? So just like this, I'm gonna use my ruler to evenly make the stripes on my bee. And then I'm gonna grab my pen and I'm just gonna follow along the ruler like that. And then I'm gonna grab my scissors and just follow along the line that I just traced with my ruler, right? Alright friends, so now that we have the stripes, I'm just using a long stripe, right? A long strip of black construction paper. And with our bigger, right, our bigger circle, the body of our bee, I'm just going to grab my glue stick and I'm gonna use some paper so that I don't make a big mess on my table, right? My table doesn't get too sticky. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the end of the black construction paper, just like this, so that I can put it on my bumblebee like that. And that is one stripe for my bumblebee. And with the extra, right, we have extra black construction paper that we could use for more of the stripes, right? So I'm just gonna grab my scissors, right? And I'm gonna cut out the extra just like that. Look at that. And we have one stripe on our bumblebee. How cool. Now we're gonna do the same thing, right? We're gonna glue some more of our black construction paper piece like this, and then we're gonna paste it on again where our stripe would be, right? And if I didn't add enough glue like this, I'm just gonna put some more. And there you have another stripe. And we're gonna continue this. We're gonna snip off the extra and continue this till we fill our bumblebee with all the stripe.
This is very cute. Zoom it up, right. I'll do this. There you go. Bam. Okay, gosh. Ah, shoot. And you have that. Snip. Snip. No. And you have like extra. Okay.
Alright friends, I just got short of just one more stripe. So again, I can just grab my black construction paper and my ruler, trace out a thin line that I could use for some more stripes, right? And I'm just cutting away just like that. And then I can do the same thing and complete the stripes on my bee. There you go. And our last one. How awesome. I just need to snip away the extra, right? Just like this. And there we have it, friends. We have the body of our bumblebee. And again, we have our extra black construction paper that we can use for other crafts, right? Alright, so now that we have our body for our bee, right, with the black stripes, we can now attach our head. we can now attach our head. Okay everyone, so now we are going to make the bee's face. So to make the face, I have some googly eyes, I have a glue stick, I have a Sharpie marker, right, a marker. I have the circle, right, the smaller circle for the bee's face. And I just have some extra black construction paper. Remember when we used this for the stripes of our bees? So I just grabbed the extra that we have for the antennas. So we're gonna start with the antennas, right? I have my scissors with me and I'm just gonna cut out the ends. I'm just gonna cut a small piece just like this, right? About 1 centimeter long. And then once we have our smaller pieces just like this, you can place your circle, right, the bee's head, just on top of the circles, and you can make your antennas as long as you'd like or as short as you like, right, just like that. And once you position how you would like the antennas to look like on your bee, you can then paste on, you can glue on with the glue stick. You can put a little bit of glue on the black construction paper, the black striped construction paper. I'm just gonna put it on the end like this, and then you can flip your circle, right? You want the sticky part to go on the construction paper, on the yellow circle, right? So I'm just gonna make mine about this long and press it in like that, and there we have one antenna. And then we're going to do the same exact thing on the other side. So just glue on a little bit of glue on the antenna like so. Then just place your yellow circle like that, and you can adjust it to however long or short you'd like the antennas to be. And there we have our antennas for our bumblebee, for our bee. So the last few steps is to glue on googly eyes of the bee, right? So I'm using googly eyes. You can even draw yours on. You can cut construction paper, whatever you'd like to do for your bee's eyes. And then we're just gonna draw on the face. I'm gonna give mine a smiley face. I'm gonna give mine a big smile. So I can draw that on right now, actually. I'm just gonna draw a smiley face. Mine has a big smile on its face, just like that. And the last step is to glue on the googly eyes, just like this. So I'm bringing back my glue stick, right? Putting some glue just on the back of the googly eye, and I am pasting it on just like this. And one more eye and we're done the face of the bumblebee. We're done the face of the bee. How awesome. So there's the second, there is the second googly eye, and we're just gonna put it right by the other eye. There you go. And there we have the face of our bee. Yay! Alright friends, our bee is almost finished. It's almost done. There you go friends, we have the face of our bumblebee, we have the body of our bumblebee. There are only 2 more things that we can add to our bumblebee, and this could be the finished face of your bumblebee. But for mine, I'm gonna add a pointy end just at the back of the body, right? This is called the abdomen. The abdomen. And some bees have pointy ones. Some don't, some do. So to do that, you can use the extra construction paper that you used for the stripes and the antennas, and you can just cut out, a pointy part like this. I just cut it diagonally one side, and then I'm gonna cut the bottom just like that, and we made a shape right here. This is gonna be the end of our bumblebee or bee, and it's just the pointy abdomen. It is not a tail. Bees don't have tails actually, but some of them do have pointy abdomens in the back like this. So I'm gonna turn the stripes around, turn the body around, and I'm gonna grab my glue stick and I'm gonna just put a little bit of glue near the end like that, and I'm gonna place it at the end of the body of where the bee is. And there we have a pointy abdomen of our bee. Very awesome. Again, yours doesn't need to have this, right? Some bees don't have a pointy abdomen, right? And the last thing that I'm going to add, and I forgot to say in the list of materials, but it's some wings, and I'm gonna use some white paper. So for this one, I am going to draw out my bee's wings like this, and almost like a shape of the bottom of a heart, right? So just almost like a bee, right? Just like that, and you can see how it would look like when you cut it out, and you can position it so that it is attached to your bumblebee's body and how it would look like. And there are my wings. There you go. Round wings like this. Round 2 wings I have right there. And then when I like the shape of the wings that I have for my bee, I'm gonna just cut it out. I'm going to cut it out just like so. Alright friends, and there we have our pair of wings for our bumblebee, for our bee. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the body of my bee, right? And I'm going to put some glue on the wings just at the bottom, right? Because we want the round wings to show, right? So we don't need to glue those. And we're just going to put them on the back of our bee. So when we flip it over, we have the wings on our bee. Look at that. And our last step to complete our bee is to glue the face on the body, right? So I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue on the body like this, right? And then I'm just going to paste the face right there. Look at that, friends. We have our bumblebee. We have our bee. How awesome. So the very last step to complete this bee activity is we're gonna grab a popsicle stick, right? You can use whatever you have, right? I'm gonna choose, what color should I choose? I think I'm gonna go with an orange popsicle stick. Look at that. And I have purple, I have blue, I have pink, I have yellow, I have all types of colors. And you can use, again, whatever you have. You can use some sticks even to paste your bumblebee on, right? So our last step, I'm gonna grab my wet glue, right? And I'm just gonna put a little dab just at the end of our popsicle stick, right? There you go. We just put a little bit of glue on the top of our popsicle stick. And all you have to do now is paste your bumblebee on there. You just need to paste your bee on there. And you may want to let this dry, right? Because it's a little too wet to move right now. Once your popsicle stick is dry, you can move your bumblebee around with your popsicle stick. Look at this, friends. Bzzz, bzzz, bzzz. Look at that. And this is our completed bumblebee bee craft. We made an awesome bee, right? Look at that. Yellow with black stripes, has her wings, has the pointy abdomen, has a smile, has some eyes, and some antennas. How awesome! All right, friends, take a look at that. We made our own bumblebees. Look at this. My bumblebee is buzzing across my screen. Bzz, bzz. How awesome. Thank you, friends. I hope you enjoyed. And if you had some materials like this in your home, right, you can make your own bee. And if you don't, it's also okay. We made this buzzing bee together. How cool. Thank you, friends, for joining me in making this buzzing bee.